Hey, this is Canon Vickery, and today I'm going to be doing chapter 11, the hands-on labs, configuring and verifying VLANs. So we'll go ahead and start off. This is the same configuration as the last lab. We're just going on to the next part. So we'll go to start off with our S1. Ian. Okay. Let's do VLAN. I need to be in conf t VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. So this is creating the two VLANs. And we're gonna create these on all three of our there we are. Conf t VLAN 10 and a VLAN 20. And let's do the same thing on our S3. VLAN 10, VLAN 20. Alright, so now that our VLANs are created, we'll come back to our S1, look at it there. We'll do the, and show VLAN. See, we have VLAN 1, 10, and 20, and 1 was from our last lab that we did. We can also do a show VLAN brief. It'll just give us a shorter 1, then 10, then 20. Yep. So now that's our first part. Now moving to our second part, we're going to be configuring and verifying trunks. So from our S1, we're going to do conf t interface fa0/15. Yeah, 15. Switch port, trunk, encapsulate. Switch port, trunk. That's weird. That's saying that's an unrecognized command. Switch port, trunk, encapsulation. Huh. Dot 1Q. This is really weird. Interface fa0/15. That's weird. I wonder if it automatically uses the dot 1Q, but it should still let me put in the encapsulation, I would think. Huh, yeah, no, that's just... encapsulation isn't allowed on... That's weird, on this port. I guess switch port mode trunk is as far as we can go. int f a0/16. Switch port mode trunk. Interface fa0/17. Switch port mode trunk. Interface fa0/18. Switch port mode trunk. 16, 17, 18, and we did it on 15, I believe. Yeah. Alright, I'm back. just had a few questions. So the reason why it's not allowed me to specify an encapsulation method is because on these on the more modern switches, .1Q is the only one that's available for it. ISL is a what do we call it? A legacy encapsulation method now. And it's not even on these newer switches anymore. So there's only one option available. So that's why it is like that. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pause the video again. I'm going to set up my trunks on my other switches. And so I will be right back. Alright, I just finished setting up those trunks. So now moving on. If we go to our S1 and do a show interface trunk, you can see our information here. VLANs allowed on trunk and all that fun stuff. 15, 16, 18. 15, 16, 17. Yeah. And we can do a verify the switch port. We can do a show. Does that work? Show interface. Switch port configuration. The second. FA0/. Oh, okay. So you can look at the interface switch port there. So you can look on the individual ports by seeing if it's enabled. Yes, switch port enabled, operation mode, trunk, encapsulation .1Q. You can see it there. Even though I didn't set it, it just went to .1Q like it was supposed to. So, yep. Yeah. Now we're gonna be moving on to our lab 11.3. And this is configuring router on a stick. So for this one, we're gonna be messing with our S1 and our router. So let's get into this. Let's go to our R1 router. En conft. Shoot. Forgot to put a space in. Okay. Okay. TF 0/0. Wait. Address 172.168.10.1.255.255.255.0. G0/0.10 encapsulation .1Q10. I accidentally hit a button at the end of that. IP address 10.10.10.1 255.255.255.0. Now we'll enter into our different interface of .20 G00.20. We'll do an encapsulation .1Q20 IP address of 20.20.1.255.255.255.0. Alright, so now if we do an end show run, down to our G interface. You can see our address and then our .1 and .20. Now if we come down here, show run really quick. Okay, good. Conft int fa 0/8 switch port mode trunk. Set up our trunking. And VLAN. Good. Right, that's what we want. Where are my ports? 8 got moved out to a different one. Awesome, that's what I wanted. Sweet. Alright, so exit out of that. Configure your host to be in. Alright, so back to our PCs. Desktop IP configuration. Our IP address is going to be 10.10.10.16. Our subnet mask is, my bad, 16 is in use, 17. Subnet mask 255.255.255.0, 10.10.10.10.1. PC3 desktop IP configuration 20.20.20.17 255.255.255.0 20.20.20.1. I also need to come into our S2. Oh, I already did it. I need to do... Actually, no, that's right. That's set up how it's supposed to. So now, from our PC3, if we do ping 20.20.20.1, we are getting a reply from our host. So it's all great. So that's everything for the rest of our part 3 of our hands-on lab. Now we'll get into our part 4, configuring IVR with a layer 3 switch. Now that that's all set up, we'll come to our S1. Cisco. Conft IP routing. Alright, I'm back. I made a change. I switched to a layer 2 device with a layer 2 switched with a layer 3 switch. And now it's all set up, so we'll go ahead and continue on. Just loaded up the same configurations as before, so we want to go into our interface, VLAN 10, IP address 10.10.10.1, 255.255.255.0, interface VLAN 20, IP address 20.20.20.1 255.1 255.255.255.0, and then do an end command. Now clear ARP. Alright, so now we want to ping from our PC, ping to the router sub. Oh, I need to connect this back up. Whoops. Wait, do I? Alright, so set up the switch. Little side note, make sure that when you're entering, because I had to take out the switch, I forgot the command. I need to put in, I need to make a VLAN 10 and a VLAN 20, and then I gave them their IP addresses. Now you can do a ping 10.10.10.1, and we should also be able to do a ping 2.17. Yeah, now we can do a ping.17, which is on a VLAN on the other side of our switches here. I'm pinging from this PC to that PC. So that's everything for this activity. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments. Thanks.